Jon Moxley is back, and he's kicking ass and taking names. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Cut coming at you. And in tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite, we saw a lot of matches be set up for All Out in Chicago next weekend. I will be having a post-show live after All Out is done, immediately after it's done. So be on the lookout for that. We saw the main event match be set up between Bryan Danielson and Jack Perry for the AEW Championship. We saw a steel cage match be set up between Swerve and Hangman. We saw more heat be put on towards the International Championship match between Will Ospreay and Pac. But one of the things that I really want to sit and talk about is Jon Moxley's return. Now, as you know, Jon Moxley has been off of AEW television since Forbidden Door, which I had the pleasure of attending live. And he came out and he cut this cryptic promo that has had a lot of people talking since it's happened. He came in the middle of this ring and he cut off Tony Schiavone, and he told Tony Schiavone, this is not your company anymore. Now, if you've paid attention to AEW since its inception, Tony Khan has used Tony Schiavone as a mouthpiece of some sort from the very beginning. We saw in the middle of the show, Jon Moxley team up and link up with Marina Shafir in the back, beating up some security guards. But what people are really talking about with this promo is he hinting at a potential AEW debut of Shane McMahon? Now, if you're personally asking me, I do believe Shane McMahon will appear in AEW at some point. If you remember a few weeks back, we saw that picture leak out on the internet of Tony Khan and Shane McMahon meeting. Now, my whole thing about this is, after that initial holy shit moment, Shane McMahon's in AEW, what is the plan to use this guy? Is he going to just be a wrestler like he was the last one in AEW? Is he going to be a part of the creative team? Is he going to have an executive position? But if we're just going to keep this on an on-air character, and this is just me spitballing fantasy booking, I think a link up with him and Jon Moxley could be interesting. If you remember when we first started getting the cracks of CM Punk being unhappy in AEW, we saw Jon Moxley appear on his wife's podcast, Renee Paquette, and we saw him talk about how Tony Khan has kind of overlooked him in the sense that he gave CM Punk that belt. CM Punk immediately got injured, and Moxley kind of made the point of, well, if you just made me the guy this whole time instead of handing me the belt and I had to pass it back to CM Punk when he returned from his injuries, we would have never had to deal with this. If you put a storyline where you have Jon Moxley talk about how he was constantly been overlooked by Tony Khan when he's been one of the more dependable guys on the roster, he was overlooked as kind of the oddball of the Shield when he was in WWE. You can sit there and have him say, and this could just be fantasy. I don't know how close these guys are. You could have him say that the one guy that has always truly valued him in wrestling was Shane McMahon, and he is all for having Shane McMahon take over the company. That is just the fantasy book that I'm sitting there cooking up in my mind. Like I said, no authority. There's been no leaks on it, no sources on it. But I just think that's a cool idea that they could possibly throw out there. But let me know what you think. What do you think Jon Moxley was hinting at in this promo? Are you excited to see the Mox back? What did you think about the promo? Do you think he's hinting at a Shane McMahon promo of his return? Or do you think people are just gassing it? Let me know. Remember to like and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.